Let me be direct with you today. While most investors are frozen, watching red candles, reading fear headlines, waiting for someone to tell them what to do, 3 separate events just happened simultaneously that every serious XRP holder needs to understand right now. Not one event, not 2, 3 at the same time. And the market barely reacted, which means one of 2 things. Either the market does not understand what just happened, or the market is waiting for the final confirmation before it moves. Either way, if you are not paying attention right now, you are going to miss a setup that took months to build. So let us break down all 3 events, what they actually mean, and what the smart money is doing while everyone else is paralyzed by fear. Part 1. The Coinbase Declaration. Let's start with a statement that should have made headlines everywhere, but was largely ignored. Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong publicly declared that it is time to pass the Clarity Act. Not a vague tweet, not a casual mention in an interview. A direct, deliberate, public statement of support from the CEO of the largest regulated crypto exchange in the United States. Now here's what makes it significant. Coinbase has over 100 million verified users. It operates under strict regulatory oversight. When its CEO publicly endorses specific legislation by name, that is not marketing. That is a strategic signal about where the industry is moving. But here's what the data revealed immediately after. The market barely moved. And that tells you something very important about investor psychology right now. Retail is not buying words anymore. They are not reacting to statements. They are not chasing news headlines. They are waiting for one thing, the signature on the legislation. When the Clarity Act passes, and the evidence suggests it is moving closer than most people realize, this market does not gradually adjust. It reprices overnight, because the signal has already been given. The positioning will already be done. The only thing missing is the trigger. Part 2. Japan just changed everything. Now let's talk about the development that received almost zero coverage in Western crypto media, and yet may be the most structurally significant event of the 3. Japan, the world's 5th largest economy, just reclassified crypto, previously treated as a payment method, now officially classified as a financial product. That distinction sounds technical, but the implications are enormous. Financial product classification means insider trading is now banned. Full disclosure is now required. Institutional custody frameworks apply. The same rules that govern stocks, bonds, and regulated securities now govern crypto in one of the world's most economically powerful nations. This is not experimentation. This is institutional-grade regulation being applied at a national level. And here is why this matters specifically for XRP. XRP is not just present in the Japanese market, it is deeply embedded in it. Japanese financial institutions have been among the earliest and most consistent adopters of Ripple's payment technology. The banking relationships are already established. The infrastructure is already running. Japan did not just regulate crypto in general. Japan built a regulatory framework that XRP's existing institutional presence is perfectly positioned to operate within. Part 3. The Evernorth play. Now this is a development that the serious investors are watching most closely because it follows a blueprint that has already proven itself. Evernorth, the XRP treasury company, just completed a $1 billion raise. They have filed with the SEC. They have added Ripple's own chief legal officer, Stuart Alderity, to their board of directors. You may recognize the structure. This is a MicroStrategy playbook applied to XRP. MicroStrategy built a corporate treasury strategy around Bitcoin. The result was one of the most significant wealth creation events in institutional crypto history. The company became a proxy for Bitcoin exposure, attracting institutional capital that could not directly hold crypto. Evernorth is building the identical structure for XRP, a regulated, SEC-filed, billion-dollar treasury vehicle with direct Ripple leadership involvement. This is not a startup experiment. This is institutional infrastructure being constructed at scale. And when institutional capital needs XRP exposure through a regulated vehicle, Evernorth becomes that vehicle. Part 4. The chart nobody is talking about. Let's bring the technical picture in, because it completes the story. XRP is currently holding above its major trend line. Think about what happened during the period it held that level. Military conflicts escalating globally. Oil prices spiking aggressively. CPI uncertainty keeping traditional markets under pressure. the kind of macro environment that historically destroys speculative assets. And XRP held its trend line through all of it. That is not weakness. That is structural strength being completely ignored by the majority of the market. When an asset holds its key technical level during maximum macro stress, it is telling you something about the demand sitting beneath it. Someone is buying every dip to that level. Someone is defending that structure deliberately. Combine that technical picture with the three fundamental catalysts we just covered: legislative momentum, Japan's reclassification, and the ever-north treasury build, and you have a setup that rarely appears as clearly in any market cycle. The chart is confirming what the fundamentals are saying. Here's where we stand. The Coinbase CEO is publicly pushing for the Clarity Act. Japan has institutionalized crypto regulation in XRP's home market. A billion-dollar XRP treasury company is building the MicroStrategy model in real time.
Whoa,
and the chart is holding
surging.
structure through one of the most volatile
perfect
macro
outcome.
periods in recent history. When the Clarity Act passes, and the signal suggests it is closer than the market is pricing, this does not slowly drift higher. It reprices overnight. The investors who are positioned before the signature win. The investors watching from the sidelines after pay the new price. So the only question that matters right now is simple. Are you positioned? Are you watching? If this breakdown gave you an edge, subscribe. Because this is exactly the kind of analysis we deliver every week. Before the market moves, not ours.